Welcome to Home Cooking with Holly. Today, we're going to make one of my family's favorite meals, saucy sirloin steak. Hopefully it'll become one of your family's favorites as well. To start, I have 4 tablespoons of olive oil heating in my pan, and I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of sesame oil to that. If you don't have sesame oil, you can just add a little more olive oil. I've done that several times when I'm out of sesame oil, but it adds so much more flavor to the steak if you do have the sesame oil. So I highly recommend you use it if you can. I'm just gonna let this heat up so that when I put my steak in, I'll get that nice sizzle. And you wanna use about 1.5 to 2 pounds of top sirloin steak for this. Now, my local grocery store did not have the larger top sirloins this time. That's usually what I would use. But the smaller ones, they do work just fine. So I went ahead and picked those up because we wanted to eat it, and I'm not gonna wait for them to get the larger cuts. Make sure you're careful when you put these into the pan that you put them away from you. Now I'm standing off to the side, so it's pretty easy to do, but you don't wanna splash that oil back onto you. And I'm just going to pan fry these for about 6 to 8 minutes on each side. And as you can see on the edges, it's starting to cook up pretty well on the first side. While that's going, I'm going to dice up my green onion here. I did give it a rinse. These are great. They have the white part and the green part. They're both delicious. I'm going to cut off that root end, and I like to cut off just the very tips of the green part. Sometimes they're very wilted. This one looks pretty good though. And then I'm just going to slice it up just into small little pieces, kind of like a dice, but as small as this is, it's easy to just slice it. And I'm going to use the entire thing on this dish. Green onions are great too. Sometimes I like to saute the white part up in a main dish and then sprinkle the green part on the top without even cooking it. It just adds a lot of flavor. It's got that oniony bite. It's just delicious. And now I'm going to flip my steaks over and cook them for about 6 to 8 minutes on the second side. They're smelling so good. Here my steaks are sizzling away. Now this dish, the oil does splatter quite a bit, so make sure you're keeping an eye on your temperature. You want it to be frying, but you don't want to have it splattering so much that you're burning yourself. Your stove is going to become messy and oily. You know, it's easy enough to wipe down when it cools off, but it's so worth it. And now that both sides have seared really well, I'm going to move them over to a platter. They're not completely done, but I'm going to let them rest just a little bit while I start with the next part. So I'm going to add my green onions to my oil. And I'm just going to stir those around a little bit. And these are going to cook up fast because this oil is really hot. And then I have about 4 tablespoons of chives. And I will say, there have been several times that I didn't have green onions and we really wanted this dish and I just used the chives. Still just as delicious. So don't worry if you don't have the fresh green onions, you can still do it with the chives. And now I'm going to add a tablespoon of red wine vinegar. Vinegar is pretty forgiving, so if you need to substitute a different type of vinegar, you can do that. But the red wine complements this dish very well, especially since I'm about to add red wine in with the red wine vinegar. I'm just going to stir that around. And now I'm going to add in 3/4 of a cup of red wine. And now my steaks, you can see they're definitely not done yet. I'm going to put them back in. And then I'm going to pour in those juices that were still on the platter. And I'm going to just cook these for a couple of minutes on each side. This really is a quick dish to make. It doesn't take any time at all. And it's so delicious. It's a nice alternative to your basic steak dinner. And now I'm just going to flip them back over, give them a couple more minutes on the other side just to continue cooking that steak through. Now, we like our steak medium rare. We like to have that pinkish, almost reddish color inside. So if you like your steak to be more well done or medium, you can actually cook these for a few more minutes on each side. But I'm only going to do 2 to 3. And now they're done, so I'm going to put them onto my serving platter. And next I'm going to spoon on some of this delicious sauce. And here they are. They're ready to go. After I cut them up, I do like to add a little more sauce to them. It just is so full of flavor. You won't regret making these. And I'm going to serve these with my feta cheese potatoes. I'll link that video down below. It's just one of my family's absolute favorite side dishes, and they go so well with steak. And here it is, nice and pink inside and so full of flavor. All right, that's how we do it. Now remember, if you don't have the sesame oil, you can just add another tablespoon of olive oil. I've done it several times and it still turns out delicious. I love the oniony bite you get from the chives and of course the green onions. Just delicious. I hope you'll enjoy it. Please like and subscribe to follow me for more recipes and cooking tips.